Episode 94.
It's already afternoon, but looking down the main street of the market, the crowd is still sparse. But that seems perfectly normal. After all, this market isn't some bustling secular marketplace that's noisy and crowded all day long. The people who can come here are all cultivators, 1 in 10,000. Having this many is actually pretty good.
Having realized this, Han Li headed for the small stalls lining the street. He planned to first see if any of these stalls had anything worth noting before heading to the larger shops. After looking around, Han Li felt a pang of disappointment. Aside from 3 or 4 items that could barely be called passable, the magic tools and talismans on these little stalls were utterly useless to him. Buying them would just be a waste of spirit stones. He wasted no more time and turned straight for the major shops.
7 Treasures Pavilion, Mistwind Studio, Heavenly Craft Tower.
Han Li didn't just recklessly pick the first shop he saw and walk in. Instead, he began to stroll slowly along the street. After carefully noting the names and scale of these shops, he finally selected a pavilion that looked the most imposing and saw frequent traffic from cultivators, the 10,000 Treasures Pavilion, and walked inside. Just the name of this shop told you its owner had supreme confidence in his wares. And Han Li hoped this place truly had some rare treasures, so he wouldn't leave empty-handed. The moment he stepped inside, Han Li paused in mild surprise. The bright hall was spacious enough to hold dozens without feeling crowded. Its incredibly long counters were crafted from prized red copperwood, and the 7 or 8 attendants, all dressed in matching green robes, combined to create an absolutely grand and imposing impression. Meanwhile, 2 of the green-robed attendants inside the hall were explaining something to several visitors who appeared to be cultivators. The counter was stocked with a wide array of items, all of which, judging by their appearance, were things only a cultivator would have use for. From the lowest grade raw materials to the most common talismans and magic tools, everything was available. Han Li smiled. It looked like he'd found the right place. Just then, a servant dressed in the green robes of the Verdant Mountain sect approached.
What can I show you today, sir? Would you like me to give you a rundown of what we have? Everything in our shop is guaranteed to leave every customer satisfied.
I want to see magic tools and talismans, but only the best. Don't bother showing me any of the inferior stock.
The green-robed attendant was taken aback for a moment. After carefully sizing up Han Li's imposing aura and confirming the man wasn't joking, he knew he had encountered a major client, so he promptly ushered Han Li inside and personally escorted him up to the second-floor VIP room. The furnishings upstairs were quite different from the main hall below. Not only was the space much smaller, but it was also arranged with antique-style tables and chairs, creating an elegant, comfortable, and serene atmosphere. Most startling of all, in a corner of the room stood an ornate incense burner, from which a single stick of sandalwood incense smoldered, filling the air with a faint, fragrant haze. A refined, middle-aged man stood in the room, holding an ancient scroll and reading aloud. He seemed to possess no magic power whatsoever, appearing to be a complete ordinary person. Han Li was rather surprised. This place didn't look like a business at all. It was more like the living quarters of a wealthy family. The scholar saw Han Li approach and, without any hurry, closed his book. The green-robed attendant who had come up with Han Li stepped forward quickly and whispered a few words in the scholar's ear. The middle-aged man listened, then stepped forward with a respectful clasp of his hands.
I am Tian Buli, manager of the Wanbao Pavilion. May I ask your esteemed name?
Li Fei Yu.
Han Li unceremoniously borrowed his friend's name for his own use.
Ah, Brother Li, please have a seat. Bring a pot of your finest Biyun tea. Is this your first time visiting our establishment, Brother Li?
Shopkeeper Tian, you have a sharp eye. This is indeed my first time visiting your esteemed establishment. Han Li deliberately altered his voice, making it sound like a gruff, burly man's.
Whether this is your first time at our establishment is of no consequence. The fact that you have chosen to grace the 10,000 Treasures Pavilion with your presence is an honor in itself. We will ensure your complete satisfaction, my friend.
If I can find everything I need in one place, I'd rather not go to the trouble of visiting two. I hope your establishment's goods are truly up to par.
Brother Lee, you can rest assured on that point. Our establishment's reputation is second to none on this street. If our shop can't satisfy you, then there's no point in looking anywhere else.
Just then, a maid came up the stairs carrying a teapot and several cups. Before she could even reach the two of them, a delicate, elegant aroma of tea had already filled the room.
This is our house's special blend. You won't find it anywhere else. Not only does it have an incredibly refreshing aroma, but it also invigorates the drinker. Brother Lee, please have a taste first.
After the maid had set out the tea things and gone downstairs, shopkeeper Tien first took a small, self-satisfied sip. Han Li glanced at the fragrant tea before him, gave a slight shake of his head, and said, "Shopkeeper Tien, the tea can wait. Let's get down to business first."
I didn't realize you were the impatient type. All right, please wait a moment. I'll be right back.
With a hint of regret, shopkeeper Tien stood up, gave Han Li a slight bow, and left him alone as he went downstairs first. About the time it takes to drink a cup of tea later, shopkeeper Tien reappeared before Han Li, this time with several brocade boxes of varying sizes cradled in his arms.
I heard from the attendant below that Brother Lee was looking for the finest magic tools and talismans. So I made a special trip to the lower storeroom and brought out a few treasures I've kept in reserve for years, hoping they might still meet your discerning eye.
Han Li's eyes lit up, his curiosity about the contents of the brocade boxes surging. He wondered just what rare treasures the other man could call precious, and whether they would exceed his expectations. Shopkeeper Tien placed the brocade boxes one by one on the table, opened them, and gestured for him to step forward and take a look. But Han Li sensed that as the boxes opened, two auras of magic power, far surpassing his own, locked onto his every move from somewhere unseen. Han Li was startled at first, but then he realized this was a security measure by the Treasure Pavilion, a contingency plan for these precious items to prevent him from suddenly making a move and snatching the contents of the brocade box. So he relaxed, but his estimation of the Wanbao Pavilion's strength grew by another notch. At this moment, shopkeeper Tian began introducing the items within the brocade boxes to Han Li. He pointed to a set of pale golden, oddly shaped blades inside one of the boxes and said,
A set of golden fortune mother-child blades. 1 mother blade, 8 child blades. Forged from refined iron and gold, it took a foundation establishment expert 3 days and 3 nights to craft. Just hold the mother blade, and you can control all 8 child blades to attack your foe simultaneously. It's incredibly sharp and catches opponents completely off guard.
Han Li said nothing. He reached out, picked up one of the purple blades, and examined it closely for a moment. Then he gave a slight nod and set it back down.
The mysterious iron soaring shield. A very rare defensive magic tool, refined from a large piece of profound iron from a frigid yin land. It's not only incredibly sturdy and virtually unbreakable, but once you channel your magic to activate it, it will automatically orbit and defend its wielder.
Shopkeeper Tien then picked up a miniature iron shield about the size of a palm and casually handed it to Han Li for his inspection. Han Li took the shield in hand, running his fingers over its engraved patterns. He asked, "Can I try casting a spell with it?"
Of course. Please, Brother Lee, go right ahead.
Since the other party had said as much, Han Li didn't stand on ceremony and began channeling his spiritual power into the object in his hand. Instantly, the iron shield glowed with a dark light, expanding several times over in the blink of an eye. It flew from his palm, hovering in the air, and began to slowly orbit around him. Its size was just right to shield the vital areas of his body. Han Li's heart leapt with joy. With a slight mental nudge, he found he could indeed make the object dance up and down at will. It was incredibly small and agile. After testing it, Han Li was satisfied, very pleased with this magic tool.
What I need most right now is a magic tool that can save my life. With this shield, my chances of surviving the bloody trial should be much higher.
However, Han Li didn't show any immediate reaction. He simply placed the iron shield back into its box and waited for the next item to be presented. Shopkeeper Tian wasn't the least bit put off by Han Li's reaction. He continued with undiminished enthusiasm, presenting the next item, a blue orb about the size of a marble.
The Heaven-Starred Thunderbolt. A mysterious cultivator from centuries ago captured the very lightning of heaven and earth, then refined it into these. Each bead possesses immense destructive power. It's said that even a Foundation establishment cultivator would be utterly annihilated if they tried to take one of those bolts head-on. There were originally 73 pellets, but after all this time, only a handful remain. This single pellet was no small feat for our establishment to acquire.
Shopkeeper Tian couldn't help but look rather pleased with himself after saying this, a clear sign of just how rare and precious this Thunder Pearl was.
It can even kill a Foundation establishment cultivator. Something with such immense power. It's truly a once-in-a-lifetime find. If I could get my hands on it, it would be the perfect trump card for the Forbidden Land expedition. But its price is probably terrifyingly high. Otherwise, it wouldn't still be sitting here unsold.
After introducing the blue Thunder Pearl, Shopkeeper Tian fell silent. He then picked up a cup of fragrant tea and began to savor it slowly. He made no mention of the final, tightly sealed brocade box still sitting on the table.
It's time I showed him what I'm capable of. Otherwise, he definitely won't let me see the treasure in that last brocade box.
Just in case, Han Li had brought all his spirit stones with him on this trip, including 2 mid-grade stones and nearly 100 low-grade ones, in addition to the 2,000-year spirit herbs. However, Han Li had no intention of touching those spirit stones. His true reliance was solely on those 2 spiritual herbs.
I know that herbs over 1,000 years old are incredibly rare in the cultivation world today, so they should be worth a fortune. But as for exactly how many spirit stones they're worth, or what kind of magic tools they could be traded for, I really don't have a good grasp on that. But it's more than enough to trade for that small shield and the gold axe mother-child blades. As for the Heaven Thunder Seed I'm more eager to get my hands on, that's not so certain.
Han Li didn't just pull out the 2 spirit herbs dry and plain. Instead, he first retrieved an exceptionally ornate little wooden box from his storage pouch and placed one of the herbs inside it. Han Li knew the principle that fine feathers make fine birds. A good presentation could boost the value of the herbs by a good 30%, ensuring he wouldn't get the short end of the stick. Han Li didn't open the box. Instead, he handed the entire thing over. Shopkeeper Tian had been keeping a close eye on Han Li's actions. Seeing this, he didn't waste words. He took the box, examined it briefly, and then lifted the lid without any hurry.
Brother Li, are you planning to trade this golden spirit mushroom for a treasure from our establishment? This isn't anything rare. Unless it's a premium specimen over 200 or 300 years old, it's practically worthless.